نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله اما بعد فاني احييكم تحيه الاسلام تحيه من اهل الجنه تحية من عند الله مباركة طيبة وهي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the theme of today's sermon is فضل التمسك بالدين في آخر الزمان. The virtue of adhering to Islam at the end of time or towards the end of time, especially at the time of turmoil, the time of trials and tribulations, at the time of hardship, like this particular time we are in. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to make it easy for each and every one of us. Brothers and sisters in Islam, I enjoin myself and you fear of Allah Azza wa Jalla, as it is the commandment given to the people of the book, the nation before us, and it is also a commandment from Allah Azza wa Jalla to the nation of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers and sisters in Islam, as the name implies, I enjoin you and myself to adhere to the Islam, to the religion of Allah Azza wa Jalla, because through it is your well-being, and through this Islam is your success. A lot of ayat in the Quran and in the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam indicates that. And through this adhering to the Islam, to the religion of Allah Azza wa Jalla, is your honor. And based on the statement of Sayyidina Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he mentioned in his statement that كُنَّا أَذَلَّ قَوْمٍ فَأَعَزَّنَا اللَّهُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ, that we were being humiliated, but Allah Azza wa Jalla honored us as a result of this Islam. For that, if you want to be honored, if you want Allah Azza wa Jalla to honor you in this world and on the day of resurrection, you have to hold on to the religion of Allah, that is Islam. No matter the hardship, the turmoil, the trials and tribulation, don't give up the religion of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Don't allow anything to take you away from Islam. And also, don't be inclined to the temptation of this world, money, children, or any other types of wealth, that Allah make it easy to some people, especially to the disbelievers. As they disbelieve in Allah, Allah increase them in health. As they disbelieve in Allah Azza wa Jalla, Allah increase them in honor. Allah increase them in wealth. As they disbelieve in Allah Azza wa Jalla. All these things are tests from Allah Azza wa Jalla. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَلَا تُعْجِبْكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُمْ. In another ayah, وَأَوْلَادُهُمْ إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ بِهَا فِي الدُّنْيَا أَوْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَتَزْهَقَ أَنفُسُهُمْ وَهُمْ كَافِرُونَ. Allah said in the Quran, don't be amazed by وَلَا تُعْجِبْكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُمْ. Don't be amazed by these children, numbers of children, multiple. أَمْوَالُهُمْ, their wealth, having abundant wealth, their bank account is filled up with money, both within and outside. They have everything. That is believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla, Allah increase them in wealth. That is believe in Allah, Allah increase them in health. That is believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla, Allah increase them in children. Allah said He did that for a reason. إنما يريد الله ليعذبهم بها في الحياة الدنيا. Allah, through that thing, He wants to seize them with punishment in this world. وَتَذْهَبَ أَنفُسُهُمْ, and for Him also to take away, they will be in that state of enjoyment and everything, then they will end up their life in that state. في الحياة الدنيا وتذهب أنفسهم وهم كافرون, in the state of disbelief. They will be deceived by the children, they will be deceived by their wealth, and they will be in that situation. Then Allah will punish them through that, and also will deprive them their soul also at the end of it. And also, the grave is also a place that Allah will also seize them, also on the day of resurrection. With that also, Allah will hold them account for what He bestows upon them. That we think that things is easy for them. This group of people are disobeying Allah, and Allah is increasing them in wealth. Why us that are holding on to the religion of Allah, that were being deprived from the wealth of this world? Why? Allah gave us glad tidings in the Quran, in many, many places in the Quran. For that, you should not be discouraged. لا يغرنك تقلب الذين كفروا في البلاد. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned the Quran in towards the end of Surah Al-Imran, that you should not be deceived by the uninhabited movements of the disbelievers across the globe. لا يغرنك تقلب الذين كفروا في البلاد متاع قليل. It's just a few little enjoyment. Then ثم مأواهم جهنم, and their everlasting abode will be in the hellfire. May Allah protect us from that. مأواهم جهنم وبئس المهاد. How wretched, what a wretched place of mother, or now a place of residence. Then, ahead of that ayah, He now mentioned, لكن الذين اتقوا ربهم لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها نزلا من عند الله. As for those who hold on to the deen of Allah, those that are pious, those that are righteous, those that fear Allah Azza wa Jalla, conscious of Allah Azza wa Jalla. لكن الذين اتقوا ربهم لهم جنات, they will have their place, their final and everlasting abode as being into Jannah. لهم جنات, they will have Jannah. تجري من تحتها الأنهار, and beneath their place of residence, which is Jannah, then they will have spring, rivers that will be flowing beneath where they will be in the Jannah. تجري تحت الأنهار خالدين فيها. Also, the second glad tidings is that they are going to dwell in that Jannah forever. Anything that makes you step into Jannah, Allah will not remove you from that. He will not eliminate you from the Jannah anymore. You will be there. There will be a final and everlasting abode. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to count us among the dwellers of Jannah. And Allah now says, نُزُلًا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. It is hospitality from Allah Azza wa Jalla, and accommodation from Allah Azza wa Jalla. وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ لِلْأَبْرَارِ. What is with Allah is better, and that is the best for the righteous people. لذلك, we should not be deceived, and we should not be discouraged by the trials and tribulation, the turmoil that people are facing. If you are decreed to be among those, be patient. And also, don't be inclined to those who are deceived by this world, by the lust of this world, and don't be deceived by the chief deceiver, that is Shaitan. إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. Shaitan is an enemy to you, and again, likewise, you also treat him as enemy. Anytime you realize that you are about to disobey Allah, tell your nafs that this is from shaitan. Divert from that and ask Allah for help, because guidance is from Allah Azza wa Jalla. Because الشيطان إنما يدعو حزبه ليكونوا من أصحاب السعير. For shaitan is inviting his companions to accompany him in the place that is hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala control our nafs for us. For sooner or very soon, definitely each and every one of us will go to his abode of recompense, grave, and day of resurrection. Therein will be rewarded in accordance to our action. May Allah conform us to do righteous action. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, the more time passes, the less religion and faith becomes. Meaning, the more time passes, days after days, the more Islam and the faith is declined from our hearts. Hadith is compiled in the authentic book of Al-Bukhari from the hadith narrated by Az-Zubayr ibn Adi, may Allah have mercy on him, who mentioned in his statement that Atayna Anas ibn Malik, that we came to Anas ibn Malik one day, may Allah be pleased with him. Anas ibn Malik is a Sahaba who served as a servant of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then he, Az-Zubayr ibn Adi, he said that we came to Anas ibn Malik one day, فَشَكَوْنَا إِلَيْهِ, and we complained to him. فَشَكَوْنَا إِلَيْهِ مَا نَلْقَى مِنَ الْحَجَّاجِ. We complained to Anas regarding to the kind of suffering, turmoil, trials and tribulation, difficulty and hardship that they were facing from Hajjaj ibn Yusuf. If you want to know about the story of Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, is a tyrant leader, is a dictator, the one who whenever he dictates on someone, no one can criticize him. If you dare to criticize him, he will just eliminate you by killing you. Though he's a Muslim, but also he really oppressed some of the Sahaba, the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and some of the Tabi'een, Hajjaj bin Yusuf. Then the kind of hardship they were facing, turmoil they were facing from Hajjaj bin Yusuf, they have to come to the one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who lived with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Maybe they will have solution from Anas based on the statement or maybe some kind of advice that the Prophet must have mentioned that Anas must have heard. They have to come to him. They came to Anas bin Malik and told him about the kind of hardship they were facing from Hajjaj ibn Yusuf. What was the response of Anas bin Malik? Of course, he had a statement from the Prophet ﷺ. He now said, "Isbiru, be patient." He said, "Be patient." He advised them. He did not advise them to go and fight Hajjaj bin Yusuf because he was a leader at that time. Meaning, Islam discourages you to fight your leader, even if you like it or not. That is the message, and that is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Whoever is appointed as a leader, if that person is not a good leader, you have to rather take the step of the teachings of the previous nation, the previous prophets, and so many of them. When Fir'aun was the leader in Egypt, he was oppressing the children of Israel. What happened? They were tried and they were facing a lot of hardship. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla sent Nabi Musa to them, and while his arrival, they kind of complained to Nabi Musa about what they were facing. What was the advice of Nabi Musa to the children of Israel? That mother is ta'inu billahi wasbiru. Be patient. Seek Allah's help and be patient. Innal arda lillah, the land belongs to Allah. Meaning, if you are facing a lot of hardship through maybe kind of at the regime of somebody, Complain to Allah Azza wa Jalla. There is nothing that is beyond Allah's power. Ask Allah, ask for His help and be patient. That was the kind of advice that Anas was giving to the people at the time of Hajjaj ibn Yusuf. You know, say it's true. فَإِنَّهُ لَا يَأْتِي عَلَيْكُمْ زَمَانٌ إِلَّا الَّذِي بَعْدَهُ شَرٌّ مِنْهُ. For, you know, say that matter, time will not come upon you except that the one after it is worse than the one you are in. Meaning, if you think tomorrow will be better than today, I think that is that is contrary to the statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At the time of mother, one of our leaders, good Lord, we were thinking that if maybe Muhammad become a leader, things is going to be better. But while Allah appointed him as our leader, what happened? Things become worse. When it comes to mother, prices of things, the price increase. Then when the time comes to the extent people give a title at that regime as Mother Maria, everybody is complaining. Then another one comes again. Price of things escalate. Problem also increase. Trials and tribulations also increase. Even if others benefit, but majority of people did not benefit from that. That is the statement that Anas was trying, or that is the kind of advice that Anas was trying to give to them. That فَإِنَّهُ لَا يَأْتِي عَلَيْكُمْ زَمَانٌ إِلَّا الَّذِي بَعْدَهُ شَرٌّ مِنْهُ. And he said that this is how it will continue. It did not stop that. He said that this is how hardship, trials and tribulation will continue حَتَّى تَلْقَوْا رَبَّكُمْ till you meet Allah Azza wa Jalla, till you reach certainty, till you give up your life in this world. Then this was when he made the statement, he did not attribute that statement to himself. He attributed the statement to the Prophet. He now said, سَمِعْتُهُ مِنْ نَبِيِّكُمْ, I heard this statement from your Prophet. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Meaning this is the statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. لذلك, we have to be patient. We should not allow anything to divert us from the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla. As the more time passes, the more fitan, trials and tribulations, turmoil will also increase. Also, ignorance will also increase. Those are signs of an hour. And again, Islam will be forgotten because a lot of people mindset, all kinds of thinking will not be on Islam again. How to solve the worldly problems. And also, from the hadith, also we now understand that when we think maybe another regime will be better than the previous regime, I think we are lying to ourselves. We have to try our best possible to complain to Allah Azza wa Jalla and to also adjust our own personal mistake, because it's our own shortcomings, it's based on our shortcomings that based on it that leaders used to be appointed on us. If we reform or a kind of enjoying what is good and forbid what is evil, Allah will make things easy for us. And again, when we try to fix our nafs, also Allah will also have mercy on us. It's not the angels that will come down to fix the kind of our condition. Only Allah Azza wa Jalla. But we ourselves will need to fix ourselves. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah does not change the condition of the people at an individual level or in a community level or in a general level. Hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim, until you change what is within yourselves. What is within your soul. Time will come also that evil will be recognized as something good. Corruption, usury, and so many things, people consider it normal, to consider it that it is good. And also, good things will be considered as evil things. Ibn Majah compiled hadith in his authentic book from the hadith narrated by Hudayfa ibn Yaman. May Allah be pleased with him. He said that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned to tell you how people are not being adhered to the Islam. He said that يَدْرُسُ الْإِسْلَامُ كَمَا يَدْرُسُ وَشْيُ الثَّوْبِ, that Islam will fade away just as the embroidery on a garment or adornment of a garment. You know, when we buy clothes new, it's new, you look at it very new, alhamdulillah. When we wash it today, you wash it tomorrow, even the design in it, also everything, mashallah, maybe the design might be better than the cloth itself. The cloth is fine. When you wash it today, you wash it tomorrow, next tomorrow, another time, the clothes will start fading. Continuously, when you continue washing it, it will come to a time that everything on the cloth will fade to the extent the cloth will now look old. You want to change it. He said that Islam will also fade like that. To the extent, till the time that mother fasting, salah, and every act of rituals and sadaqat, charity, will not be recognized by people. People will not consider fasting as something very important. The 5 daily prayers are something very important. Rituals, every like building masajid, recitation of the glorious Quran, all these things are part of mother and nusuk. All those are rituals also. They will not be considered as something very important. Also, sadaqah will not be considered as something important. When someone will see you giving sadaqah, it's something amazing to him that you are giving sadaqah. People are still giving sadaqah. People will consider zakah as something insignificant. That is, those are signs of the day of resurrection. And again, Quran will be erased. The book of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the ayat of the Quran, meaning people will not be act upon the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. To the extent a single ayah will not be left available, meaning the Quran is there, but people will not act upon a single ayah of the Quran. Quran will not be the constitution. And again, group of people will remain. Who are those group of people? Old men and old women that will say, anytime you advise them about the Quran, you quote an ayah for them from the Quran, you quote an ayah, you quote an hadith for them from the statement of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The only thing they will tell you is that, Mother, Adrakna aba'ana, we met our ancestors with this. What they act upon what they met their ancestors with. And even the La ilaha illallah we are mentioning, we just mention it because we met our fathers mentioning the La ilaha illallah. That's why we are mentioning it, meaning they are not acting upon the statement La ilaha illallah. Also, Imam al-Tirmidhi also compiled hadith in his Sunan, in his authentic book, from the hadith narrated by Anas bin Malik. May Allah be pleased with him. He said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم mentioned, يأتي على الناس زمان, that time shall come upon people. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم is addressing his companions to tell you the miracle, the statement, whatever the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم mentioned, that thing will come to pass. That time shall come upon people, al-qabidu ala dini, that someone who adhere to the deen of Allah, who adhere to the deen of Allah, can qabidu ala al-jamr. It's like someone who is holding to a piece of fire, a piece of burning charcoal in his hand. I think it's something which you cannot hold for a long time. When you hold it, you like to raise it so that it can balance in your hand. You will not be able to hold it very well. Likewise, people holding onto the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla, it will be exactly like that. It will be something like wishy-washy. People will fake in the religion. Meaning, someone whom we will see that is so adhered to the deen of Allah is someone who is in that state of adherence. Shaykh Ibn Sa'di, may Allah have mercy on him, he said that this particular hadith, that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that time shall come upon people, the one who is holding onto the deen of Allah is like someone holding to a piece of fire, You see that the hadith requires two things: news and guidance. He now says, أما الخبر, as for the news, فإنه صلى الله عليه وسلم أخبر أنه في آخر الزمان, that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم narrated, informed that towards the end of time, righteous action, good action, and means or reasons to do those good action will be so minimal. It will decrease. Good deeds will decrease. People will not act upon Allah's injunction. وَيُكْثِرُ الشَّرُّ, evil and its causes will increase. At that time, those who hold on to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla will be few. There will be fewest of the few that will hold on to the deen of Allah Azza wa Jalla. As for the fewest of the few, those will be in a state of rather great hardship and difficulty, like the state of someone holding onto the mother and jump piece of fire due to the strength of the opposition of the opponents. You mention about, or you translate the ayah of Allah, instead of people to act upon it, they will criticize you, they will oppose you, because that is totally contrary to their inclination. And fitted, trials and tribulation, there will be increase of misleading temptation. Also, temptation of doubts, temptation of confusion and atheism, and the temptation of desires also, and also people will be so inclined to the dunya and being preoccupied with it, and so on. And as for the guidance for the Prophet ﷺ regarding to the hadith, is guiding you, is guiding his ummah. It is a guidance for you to know that yes, if that time comes, you should be able to recognize it. And for you to also prepare yourselves for this kind of situation. And for you to know that it is inevitable, that shall definitely come. And also that whoever overcomes these obstacles and is patient in his deen and in his iman, despite this opposition of the opponents, فَإِنَّ لَهُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَعْلَى الدَّرَجَاتِ, that person will have the highest degree with Allah Azza wa Jalla, and Allah shall definitely help that person. That is the universal decree of Allah Azza wa Jalla. I'm told that the Imam is around, inshallah. For that, my dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I enjoin you to fear Allah Azza wa Jalla. For this fear is the only thing that will give you solution to all those fitted. Relying upon Allah Azza wa Jalla, because if you rely on Allah, Allah is sufficient for you. Fear Allah Azza wa Jalla, He will give you mother way out. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla took an oath with the time, especially the time of trials and tribulation, the time of fitted. He took an oath. He said, "Wal asr." By the time, innal insana lafi khusr. Indeed, mankind is at loss, with exception. Only those, illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat, only those who believe in Allah and do righteous action, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ, and enjoin one another to truth, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and enjoin one another to patience. For that, for us to be saved from this trials and tribulation, we need to follow the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.